Hello and welcome to episode 6 of our Blade Runner game Dances with Replicants on Garbag Games. I'm Andy and I'm the game runner. Let me start by introducing you to my players. Let's start with Dave.
Hi, I'm Dave. I am playing Detective Reid Wildner, who is a human city speaker.
Richard.
Hi, I'm Richard and I'm playing Maximillian Falk, who is a human skimmer.
Rick.
Hi, I'm Rick and I'm playing Detective Corwin Barimen, who's a human inspector.
And lastly, Javier.
I am Javier and I'm playing Miles Dallas, replicant analyst.
Okay, right. Sorry. Firstly, I think we should say publicly, sort of on recording, thank you to Richard for making us
Yes.
us badges. The wonders of 3D printers. Nice little memento of this, because this is our the finale episode of this little case that our 4 Blade Runners are investigating. Right, so let's start with a bit of a recap of where you were. My camera, just adjusting my camera slightly. Right, so the last thing we were doing, you were in. Oh, sorry, I'm dragging things. I want to drag that. We were in Sector 9 here, where you had both traced a spinner sort of van that you believed had what you suspect is the Takash BioWare security team, the corporate security team in it, and as well you had a tracer that Falk planted on the singer Ariana Jeong. Planted on her was also pinging from the same location. And you went there on the belief that both the Takash corporate security team, you believe, are the people who were involved in killing the dancer Anton, and Jeong was the person assaulted by the other replicant dancer who's still at large, Gabor. And you had effectively arrested them all after a bit of a standoff. I think a single shot fired. One has been wounded slightly, but Falk threatening with twin 50 cals mounted on his skimmer was sufficient to make the Takash BioWare lawyer who turned up kneel and get her suit trousers dirty, which she's clearly very pissed off about. You had the one thing I can't remember whether this Falk has actually landed or not, but the other
Not as yet, no.
not as yet. So Falk is still hovering outside. I think Wildner was outside, but is escorting the 2 prisoners into the warehouse that the Takesh team were using as a base, whereas Barimen and Dallas had broken into the warehouse and arrested everyone inside. And you have a series of prisoners. I'm not entirely sure we need the map, but I shall move you there. Which version were we on? I think we're on this one. No, that's the wrong one. I think it's this one we're on. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Yeah, so you're seeing a map with all your tokens on and so on. Yeah. Okay. And there aren't 2 tokens on here for the lawyer and her driver. Just as we were finishing, I believe it was Wildner, who seems to be the go-to guy for your commander, Lieutenant Sawyer.
Yeah.
Who no, or did you get I'm trying to remember how you got alerted. You got alerted. Was it a call from her or was it a message about
I can't remember that.
I can't remember. Let's say it's Sawyer has contacted you. That she has a report of Gabor assaulting a shop owner. And that's happened quite recently. So, and she's contacted you to let you know this so that you or one of your colleagues can go and investigate that. Okay. So, you had, I believe there was still the lawyer was demanding that this all come down, have a conversation, because there's no point arresting the Takash employees.
Yeah, from recollection, she was very keen to state that it was a property damaging incident
Yes, because it's a replicant that's being killed.
rather than
Legal retirement.
Seriously downplaying the slightly more serious than that issue that is the crime. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
And we
Also,
still-
firing assault weapons, in a public space. Surely that must
pointing
be.
a gun at a police officer after he's identified himself.
That is true. That is true. Yeah,
I think, we need to round them all up and get them down to the station.
absolutely. Yes.
Interrogate them individually.
If I recall correctly, I'd called in units to collect them, but I also want to get a search warrant for the warehouse based on the fact that Lars, who we can prove was the person who put the bullet in Anton's head, and the others who seem to be the other individuals there. And also, I'm going to see if I can get an arrest warrant for all of them, including the lawyer. For the latter of those two, is there a particular judge that I would get, or the location I would get the warrant that I know is, shall we say, financially flexible?
Give me a connections check.
I can't really I can push it, but there's a risk. I'll stick with the one.
Okay. Someone who can give you a warrant for the search. Arresting them doesn't require any granting anything special, so you can get a warrant very quickly. They're all going to have rights, etc.
Yeah.
Eventually.
So the lawyer, who's this lady, Leslie Chamberlain, where's she gone there? This lady. She says, you want to know what's going on? Yes?
We demand to know what's going on.
Okay. I will explain what is going on as long as you agree to drop all the charges and release us.
We haven't charged you with anything yet.
I repeat, if you let us go, I will explain. This is corporate business. This will not stand up in court. We may get some. It will be settled out of court for property damage. If you insist on pursuing this, myself and all of the employees here, and she says this loud enough so they all hear, will be saying no comment to everything, even their own names. This is the way the world works.
From our previous encounters, this is off, out of character. Previous encounters with certainly Ariana, and I'm trying to think if we talked to anyone else.
The main person you talked to was Lars, and the person the main person you talked to was Ariana, and that was a little bit by Wildner, but it was mainly Falk who talked to her. Yeah,
I'm just wondering if we would have an idea whether or not someone would be likely to break silence. Does she? But she came across as quite a strong character, I think, didn't she?
Ariana. Yes, she did.
Yeah. She probably won't break silence.
Didn't she have a military background or something?
We don't know, but she was very sorted. Yeah.
We got a period of time before we even have to charge them, so
Just bear this in mind as well, which I did say, but just to repeat, Ariana, she doesn't look physically different, but she's dressed very, very differently, and your reading is that probably when you saw it as the sort of being a singer, it was more that was almost like an act.
Yeah, we got that. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
she was planted there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And she had been there like for 3 weeks or something like that, right?
Something like that. I can't remember. Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 3. Yeah.
So I said again, we're still missing the disc. Right?
Yeah, and
Yes.
that's I think going to be the key,
Hmm.
because no matter what this bunch are saying, I'm pretty confident that if they want it back this badly, it's probably something very embarrassing, probably quite illegal.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
bad day at Techish BioWare.
So the thing is, at this point, the only thing they can say that's of any value to us is what's inside that disk, and I don't think they will. Right? Whatever the
Tell
arrangement.
us anything. The moon's inside that disc.
So, well, they might admit it's stolen IPR or something,
Yeah,
but they wouldn't tell us the details yet.
Exactly. But we already know that, right? So
Well,
they really don't have anything to offer. We know everything.
We know they want it. We had no idea where it's come from or anything.
No.
So it could have been stolen from someone else, and it was trying to get back to them. So they were stealing IPR rather than losing IPR.
And then we've got these unregistered replicants that are involved as well. Is it a list to do with them, perhaps?
Do I know where on the kind of vehicle that they have that because she said there was a recording happening. Do we know where that would be on that car?
Yes, you can see that there is the equivalent of a dash cam, but it's a slightly more high tech and 360, all around cover.
Trying to
Cars like that. It's also partly a safety measure, so that it's film. So you think of a reversing camera on a car these days. It's sort of equivalent to that to ensure that you're not getting too close to anything when you're flying around.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's a way I can disrupt that and just erase any recording. I might accidentally land slightly wrong. Come back to you on that one.
What with your finger on those hair triggers again?
Right.
Oops.
Okay.
Chamberlain.
Chamberlain.
I tell you what.
Sorry, go on.
Yes, I will address her and say, I tell you what. You start explaining what's going on and what you know, and if we are satisfied with your answers, you can all go free.
Give me a
manipulation, I guess.
Yeah, manipulation check, please.
I can feel the air car shifting slightly to shift my breath.
Can any of us assist?
Not at the moment, because
I will just say that.
if someone wants to build on that, please tell me what else you're saying.
Yeah. So I got nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna push it.
Yeah, I would say something along the lines of, listen, if we have to drag you down to the station, it's not what you want. It'll be visible. It's a good idea to, get things off your chest now.
So
otherwise, we're all going downtown.
Very highly regarded jobs, right?
Yes, you might lose your jobs. Very true.
As we're Blade Runners.
And you're messing in corporate affairs. This is not a wise career move.
I think the corporation.
The way I see it, you messed in Blade Runner affairs the moment you retire illegally in that replicant.
I think that is the difference.
We're still looking at an illegal retirement.
What have I done wrong?
Nothing. You can walk. It's the rest of them we're taking down at the station.
And the full
conspiracy.
The full legal capabilities of their employer will be brought to bear.
Well, as like you say, you can tell us the real problem, the real situation, and then we can turn a blind eye.
Right. Right. If you were to, the assist it gives you is it an extra of the lower dice?
Yes.
Yeah. So for Dallas, if you can roll Please, what was it? It's a
The D6.
just roll me a d6 separately before you then decide to push, or if you're going to push, because you have got a 1 there, so I'm not sure you actually want to push.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push. I'm already like borderline maxing my
Okay.
stress levels.
Oh,
Yeah.
5, that's good.
That's
Move
not.
that
It's
one.
No, that's not
no,
enough. I need a
6
6.
for success.
Need
Yeah.
6.
So still no success. Okay, right. Will you at least permit? She looks at you with a degree of disdain, and then says, "Will you at least permit this man who is injured to receive medical attention? And will you allow my chauffeur to, if you're going to arrest us, will you allow my chauffeur to? He has done nothing wrong. Will you allow him to take my car to somewhere safer so that I don't have to sue the LAPD when my vehicle is vandalised in this terrible area of the city?"
Seems reasonable.
Why does she want the car out of here so badly? Take it to the pound. It'll be nice and safe there.
So you want him to take it to the pound?
Yeah, it'll be nice and safe there. Safest place in the city.
And on what grounds are you impounding my vehicle?
We're not. We're just taking it to a place of safety, like we requested.
Okay.
Is there any sign of the vehicles I asked for?
They have an ETA of 2 minutes.
No, I'll start landing then.
Okay. So the driver.
Your people skills, Falk.
Sorry, say that again, Rick. Sorry.
We're in desperate need of Falk's people skills.
Whoa.
You're not that badly off.
Right. So the driver gets up and with a nod to the lawyer and a sort of slightly nervous look at you guys, starts walking towards the vehicle. Are you happy for him to go, or are you doing anything? Or
I will accompany him to the car.
Yep.
And then as he gets in, I'll say, just check that there's nothing you've forgotten that we should be aware of. And sort of reach in and sort of have a look around.
Okay. So you're wanting to look at the vehicle?
Yeah, I want to see if there's anything inside that catches
no,
our
there's
eye.
no other people, nothing like that. It's a very, very expensive sort of luxury model of a spinner. It's much longer than it needs to be because it has a proper driver's compartment and then a separate passenger's compartment, which has got it's got actually 4 seats, but in 2 pairs. So it's there's things like it's not being used. It's still mid-morning, but there's a bar sort of mini bar thing, and there is a computer terminal in there and stuff like that.
Okay.
Is there any way you can get the data from the camera into your Kia, Dave?
I don't know. That sounds like a tech thing. I'm not a tech person.
I can try. I mean, if you
we got exactly the wrong people doing.
In fact,
yes. We just swap roles for some reason.
I will look at Miles and say, maybe you could help the injured person into the passenger compartment.
I understand.
And as I sort of pass, I'll whisper to him, see if he can get anything out of the terminal in the car, in the back of the car.
The injured person does have so it's just on the map. It's this guy here. So which is Ivan. Yep.
Yeah.
This guy. So he has a bullet wound to his left shoulder, some sort of injury to his left shoulder that is bandaged up, and that actually looks to be a fairly reasonable, sort of first aid work done on his shoulder.
So not in any danger at all.
No, he's not bleeding at all. Not in danger of bleeding out, rather.
Am I about out and down now?
You've landed. It's a minute until your backup will arrive.
No worries. Why is this person leaving. Because I haven't heard any of
Hmm.
that because of the
Okay.
being in the
Yeah.
skimmer.
Well, he's with Dallas is there, so
I will answer. He was injured during the attack, and then he made the stupid mistake of pointing a gun at
No, I
Corwin.
think
that's not this
this
one.
is another guy.
Oh, it's not this one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was the same one.
He's definitely in trouble.
The one who pointed a gun at you was this guy.
All right. Yeah.
Which guy?
Yeah, in that case, I will just say that
That guy, yeah, by the crates, yeah.
he was injured in the attack. Also, hold on, isn't Ivan the one who shot the replicant?
No,
No,
that's
that was Lars.
Lars, which is
Lars.
this guy.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so Ivan's obviously dropped blood. So,
Yeah.
Yes, we've got his blood. Yes.
so and we know that. So we know that
Yeah.
the illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got proof he was there.
Of all the people that are guilty flags.
Yeah.
Good
This,
point.
this guy doesn't need to be going to the hospital. He's obviously been treated rather well. And why is he being released? Well, if he's being taken to the hospital, then one of us should go with. Keep him in chain of evidence and all that.
It's a good idea. Yeah, it's part of the deal, I think. I get as I look at the lawyer.
Deal.
Yes, you trying to avoid going downtown.
I'm sure she is.
She looks over at you now. You've landed, and you're obviously considerably older. And she says, "Are you someone who can actually make a decision and potentially work out a sensible solution to all of this problem?"
I am. Let's go somewhere comfortable where we can have a decent conversation. I've got some vehicles turning up fairly soon. They'll be here within a minute. And we can have a nice, comfortable conversation, coffee, water, whatever you want, and in a nice, warm building. All fun.
Right. I wish to not make this official. I wish I'm prepared to explain what is going on, but I need confirmation that you will release my team.
This is the wrong way around.
I wish to win the lottery and go to, one of these den of iniquities I see you lawyer types going to, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
What do you need to know?
I need to know everything I need to know. Why it was done, all the individuals involved who will be prosecuted. I want to know what's on this optical disc and why does there appear to be two sides of the same company involved?
Well,
I want to
it's
know.
clear you don't understand what's going on.
Well, that's part of the problem, isn't it? So
The disc is Takash BioWare's property. It has been stolen from us. We are trying to recover it.
I thought it might be. It's funny, I had this premonition. It's almost like I've been here before.
I will. So when we've looked at the number of people that's with us, none of them I understand are Desai. Is that correct?
No.
Admiral Desai.
No.
Yeah. So I will sort of chip in. Maybe. No, don't need. So I'll go.
Sorry, just before we do that, just to be clear, so you've brought Ivan back to the main group from the sounds it Falk has. Are you letting the driver go? Is anyone going with him?
At the moment, I don't think anyone's going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Senior officers said no. I'm going to basically sort of look around and go, I see something stolen. I noticed Desai's not here. She's one of yours, isn't she?
It was stolen from her.
Yes, that adds up, as I thought. But why did she have it? Why would she take it to the ballroom? Sounds to me like she's a leak.
That is certainly an ongoing line of inquiry.
Well, maybe if you help us, we can help you find Desai.
Oh, no. I know where Desai is.
Really? Why are you here then?
Because she is currently traveling off-world to where she's been reassigned, and she will be discussing the full depths of what has happened.
We need to find out whether she's gone or not, because she's
That
not
sounds
on
like
planet yet.
you've removed someone who was key to the evidence that we need.
What is
That isn't that withholding information of an ongoing investigation?
Obstructing justice.
Yeah, obstruction of
Obstruction
justice. Yeah.
I immediately get on the key.
I am cooperating at the moment. If you wish to continue cooperation, stop with these petty accusations that you know will not result in anything.
And please put your metaphorical privates back in your pants, because I'm not impressed. You are trying to downplay the seriousness of the case. I can see straight through you, as if you weren't anorexic enough already. Play nice, and I won't leave you in the tank for as long as I can get away with.
Believe me,
Am
I
I
am
clear?
playing this.
I'm not interested in your opinion. I want a yes or a no
To what?
to what I've just asked. Or are you also on the lower end of the totem pole as far as Takesh BioWare lawyers? Are you the disposable one?
Sorry, you've asked me where Desai is, and I've told you she's off-world or travelling to off-world. Sorry, it's actually out of character. Has
Okay.
Andy missed something? Have I
Oh, no.
missed something?
No,
Sorry,
no.
apologies. That was
No,
possibly
that's fine.
referee malfunction.
No, that's fine. Basically, no, I've lost track of where I
We had
was.
several threads going, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was along the lines of, I mean, I need you. You're going to go down unless you give me all the stuff I need. And I'm not interested in any play that she's got. She knows that it's more serious than it is.
Okay.
Than she's playing it.
Can
to
you
be.
give me a manipulation check, please?
What we're waiting for. He's our people person.
Oh, wrong mouse again. Keep
That's his
coming
eye.
down. Manipulation. Here we go. And I am so going to push that.
We was robbed. We was double robbed.
Oh dear.
Alice, they hate us.
Yeah.
She doesn't. Give me an insight check as well.
Just give me a second. I'm just going to note down my point of resolve.
Yep.
Come on.
You getting anywhere bad on resolve?
Oh no, I'm about halfway now.
Okay.
I'm not too bad on resolve. So insight, you say?
Yep.
Oh, what?
Oh, for God's sake!
Are you going to push that?
No, I don't think I'm going to risk it. I think I'm going to be
Goes up
oblivious.
on the pavement, goes
Okay.
to sleep.
Okay.
I think that's probably one of my defense mechanisms. Is if I'm seeming to be not getting where I want to be, I'm just oblivious and keep bullying forward anyway.
Okay. She says, okay.
I'm assuming.
Anton was sorry. Go on, Rick.
I was going to say, I'm assuming, pardon me, that people have to register when they move between, when they go off world. I'm assuming there's like customs you've got to go through. And
yes. There should be some record of that.
Once these guys are interacting with the real folk,
Okay.
work out she's actually gone off world, and if she's been on any list, that's illegal.
All right, we'll come to that in a sec.
Okay.
That does, because that actually doesn't require a tech roll or anything, because you have all the relevant information. Right, sorry. She says, okay, I'll put it in simple version for you to understand. There were concerns that information about a particular project was being leaked. Suspicion fell on Avril Desai. Our agent, and she points at Jiong, infiltrated the Markova ballroom, discovered that Avril Desai was particularly close with Anton, the dancer Anton. So Anton was seized for interrogation. That interrogation was interrupted, and unfortunately Anton died prior to revealing who his employer was. And
Yes,
as
by
she
being
says
shot in the
that,
head.
so it's very obvious that she turns and gives Lars a filthy look when she says that.
So,
someone made the
but
muddy waters
That does
muddy.
not require an insight check.
yeah. So you say that he unfortunately died or during the incident, but we saw one of your people retiring him.
He was
That was no accident. He
he
did
was
that
a
before leaving.
replicant
Why?
involved in illegal activities.
Which was
Yeah,
not
and that's our
official.
department, not yours. So
So
what's
we
the
will
name?
pay. We will pay the fine.
Who was? Yeah, maybe. And who's the you said the project was being leaked. What's the nature of the project, and to whom was it being leaked?
We are not certain who it is being leaked to, and I am not at liberty to discuss the nature of the project. But
So all you have to offer is all the things we had already figured out ourselves.
Are you at liberty to explain why one of your employees, looking at Young, were told Anton to go and report, which seems to suggest that he was doing work for her at the very least, if not for you. This seems to be something slightly.
She turns and looks at Jeong at that point, and Jeong walks closer to join in the conversation, and with a sort of slightly imperceptible nod from the lawyer to Jeong, and Jeong says, "I was bluffing him. I was implied to him that I was part of the team running him, and I told him to report in, knowing that would cause him to leave the Markova ballroom. We had ascertained that he had a key to the lower levels of the tower, and the rest of the team were waiting to seize him once he went through there."
So you must have had an idea of who he was working for.
No, we don't know who's working for. That's the point.
Whilst this is going on, I'm going to actually step back, let these guys carry on with what they're doing, hopefully to keep her and everyone else busy, not necessarily noticing. I'm going to go out, get on the Kia to our lieutenant, and basically report in. We've got the situation. We've got a bunch of Tekech BioWare goons who were involved with, as one specifically guilty of the illegal retirement. We've got. She's claiming she's trying to play down the seriousness of an illegal retirement. Give them the broad strokes of what she's told us. Where do we stand?
Well,
they will probably. It depends on whether they decide to discard their team or not.
She's desperate to give us all the information that she knows in exchange for us releasing them all.
I suspect that you've probably got a strong case to get their conviction, but you will probably, the four of you will probably be involved in lots of countersuing court cases. They will get very experienced lawyers and investigators, and there will be all kinds of accusations of. They will check that you did every single thing by the book.
About normal then. How many of those
I'm okay with that.
How many of those have I been through?
Yes, I know, says Sawyer, slightly frustrated. I will also be called into this as well. So
there's almost a I'm wearing it as a badge of honor almost in me voice.
One of the things that you may not have picked up on, but when Sawyer contacts you as a group, even though Falk is the most senior detective, she actually always contacts Wildner, who's the second most experienced.
Yeah.
So that should give you a bit of an impression of what she thinks of you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Completely
Mm.
oblivious.
Just while that's going on, the rest of you doing anything?
So
Sorry, apologies. Before you answer that, the backup has arrived now. There are several vehicles, all LAPD uniformed officers, not plainclothes vehicles, and so on.
Anything through on the Kia about
Avril Desai is currently on departed about 45 minutes ago on an orbital shuttle heading up to an orbital station where she will transfer point where she will then you find records of her planned flight to one of the outer colonies, Mars.
I want her held
Yeah, so like, can she block?
for her own safety.
do we have that power to put a block on it?
Technically, she's outside of your jurisdiction, so you can request it.
I'm liking Falk for her own safety.
Yeah,
Mm.
no.
I'll put it into our joint Kias.
Yep.
She's actually on the shuttle flight, so your Kia's just pinged, Falk.
No problem. I'll read that. I'll ping back to Wildner. Is it worth sending a private message to your friend Avril Desai about something dodgy going on where we currently are? Because it's going to take us a while to process. Maybe a little the media scrutiny might loosen some jaws,
or at least make them keen to go and to the station.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will discreetly ping a quick message.
Do it as
to
you want it to be as air gapped from
Evie.
official.
Sorry, Hassan.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry, you Falk, you said Avril Desai. Did you mean Evie Chakrabarti?
Evie, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yes. If I can send it off my Kia, then yeah, if that would make more sense. If I can do it personal rather than
you need to find a terminal for that. There is not a terminal here, unless you're going to use your Kia, and there'll be official record of it.
Yeah. I will. In that case, I'll sort of nod to Falk and say, right, well, I need to go and check on Gabor, who's been spotted.
Want to be cheeky? I bet there's a terminal in the limo.
Yeah, I'm not sure that would be a wise one.
No, I don't want to use. There could be a record on there. That's even worse.
There definitely is a terminal in the limo.
Yeah. So I will say, well, I assume these guys, is pointing to the LEPD, are going to be busy creating you up. I think I can pop off and see if I can find out what happened about Gabor.
Okay, so you're going to check out Gabor. Now, what the other three of you doing? There are now sufficient police. They can take all these guys into custody if you wish. There's actually enough officers here for someone to fly her limo back if you wish to arrest the chauffeur as well.
I think the limo definitely.
There's also their van in here as well. Apologies.
Yeah, both of those. Yeah.
Yep.
I definitely. I want the embarrassment with the if Wildner can get Evie Chakrabarti involved. So
I'll stop at the nearest terminal.
Stretch it a little bit, and especially if I've managed to get that search warrant, I'm actually going to go through and search this whilst the units do the preliminary checks and searches and all that kind of stuff. Have some of them help me in the warehouse, but I want to search that warehouse for anything.
So you're staying to search the warehouse. Okay. What are Barimen and Dallas doing, please?
I'm gonna check the van and I will try to extract as much information as I possibly can from the spinner that the lawyer brought.
Okay.
So, Dave, who are you going to find?
I'm going to follow up on the report that Gabor assaulted a shopkeeper, a shop owner. sign wherever that. I assume I've got the details on the key.
You'll do, yeah.
Yeah, but on the way, the first thing I'm going to do is find a terminal public terminal I can send a message to Evie.
But you should not go along there with the.
Yeah. So if Baron wants to come with me, that's good.
You're all in your own individual vehicles, or are you doubling up? I'm trying to remember.
I think I came individually because I've got a large inflatable.
Barimen definitely came on his own because you were delayed a bit. Yeah. Did Wildner and Dallas come in their own spinners as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
We came straight from our apartments.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So you two go off to sort that out. Okay. So Dallas is going to checking out the sorry, which vehicle first?
I guess I'm more interested in the van first before the LAPD, steps on all the clues and erases all traces of everything that could have happened there. I'm gonna go have a thorough look into that one, and then I will just hack the limo.
Please, can you give me an observation check for searching the vehicle? And Falk, you're searching the site. You've that electronic version of the electronic copy of the warrant comes through very quickly.
No problems.
Can you give me an observation check for searching?
I'm going to push that. What happened? Oh, I broke something. Sorry.
That's fine. I think our searches both at the same time. Oh yeah.
Okay. So it's still just the one.
And I'm going to push as well.
So yeah, still just one for Dallas and one. Okay. So the van. It looks like the team are fairly well trained. They have already wiped down the van. There are no fingerprints on it. They've actually also had a go with some disinfectant to try and ensure there's no blood from Ivan Maley. So there is a lack of
direct evidence.
Yeah, direct evidence linking them to the van, apart from the fact that they're with it, and you've traced the movements of it and so on. But they have already wiped it down. Okay, and there's nothing in there. Okay. Searching around the warehouse, the place is clearly kitted out. They've been using this as they didn't just flee here. They've clearly been using this as a base of operations. You find a bunch of sleeping bags at one point and sleeping mats. There are. Sorry. I'm just going to move. It's just actually. There's a sort of a place where you can. There's a sort of bathroom complete with shower and stuff like that, and so on. So they've set this up as they've clearly been using it for a couple of days at least. Illegal things the only illegal things you find are firearms and ammunition to go with those firearms. So you remember they had those fancy pistols.
Mm.
Oh yeah, the ones that don't leave shells.
They're caseless
machine pistols.
Caseless, yes.
Which are these. You also find
Nice.
stored up. You're quite lucky they didn't decide to really go rock and rolling on it, because you find a load of these assault rifles.
Oh,
enough. So there's 6 of them. There's not one for. Just to be clear, these caseless pistols and these assault rifles clearly there's 6 of each of them. So there's not one for Ariana Jiong.
I was kind of hoping there'd be some spare that I could accidentally disappear. Damn it!
But there's
who's collecting the evidence, right?
Those are serious.
There was 4, honest.
And also, they haven't just got like a couple of magazines each. They've got sort of a dozen each. There's enough to start a small scale
small
war.
war. Yeah.
None of them are actually fitted them, but they also have silencers each for the pistols.
I don't think she's telling the truth when she says that they don't know who's behind who's on the receiving end of the leak. Because come on,
it's got to be something to do with the replicant undergrowth. Surely you wouldn't need this amount of equipment to take on.
Yeah.
Right? If you're taking on an organisation, we're looking at what you need.
Yeah, she knows something, right?
That or it's going to another rival.
Well, and also remember the guy that we got the data from, the guy that we saw initially watching the crime scene, those many episodes ago.
I wondered if the what's on the disc is in fact Takash attempting to do their own replicants.
Possible.
Is their own research.
Yeah, Barimen also saw him when you were speaking to every Chakrabarti as well.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to bag and tag all this stuff. While I'm doing that, I can't remember whether it's actually, I just said it or whether it actually got done. So I'm going to make sure that from the perspective of for her own protection, Avril Desai is held and brought back for the purposes of.
Okay, so that will be a connections check, please.
No problem. If I think I can get away with it, if I think it will work, I'll chuck some Chinya in as well.
It probably doesn't actually need it.
Okay, no problem.
Because what you're making is actually quite a legitimate request. You do need 2 successes though, because you're having to make contact people. Okay. Okay. So you contact someone you haven't spoken to for a couple of years, who works in sort of the UN security forces and so on, and she's in flight at the moment. But upon arrival at the orbital station, you know that she's going to be welcomed by a security detail who will take her into custody for her own protection.
I believe there is an exigent threat to her, so for her own protection.
Okay. Okay. Right. Last thing is before I shift away a bit, Dallas, checking out the limo. Please, can you give me another observation? Sorry, were you searching it, or were you trying to get into the feed of the cameras?
I want to get into the feed of the cameras. I want to know where they've come from, who they spoke with, all of that.
Okay.
Like names. I want names.
Okay, so give me a tech check then, please.
I'm not going to push that.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Right. Okay.
Turns out Dallas is a hacker.
Yeah, seems so.
So, right. You're actually looking at more than just the cameras. You're also looking at the vidphone records. Yeah. The camera it's not actually very insightful. She has had it. She basically it's recording permanently, and she appears to have been at what must be presumably her home, and there's footage of the chauffeur landing on top of her apartment block, her then coming up, getting into the vehicle, and then coming to here, and she's come straight to this location. So she's there's footage of essentially that flight, and then normally when you turn off the engine, the camera would turn off, but the driver has clearly been ordered to leave it running. So it's actually recording the unless you're stopping it, there's recording of you climbing into the vehicle and starting. But it's purely external. There's no footage of what you're doing in the vehicle. It's footage of what's going on around outside. So it's now got footage of LAPD officers wandering around, presumably taking various people with cuffs to to the vehicles and the police spinners and stuff.
Is it sending the recording anywhere?
No.
So it's only stored here.
Yeah.
Can I excise that? Like stop the camera and take out the I don't want to destroy it, but I will store it in my gear instead of theirs.
Yeah, you can. You have to. It's unless you can't. It's like a hard disk built in there, so you can take a copy of it and then erase it from the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah.
Okay. Also with 360.
And yes.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say, yeah. Go ahead.
So also with so you've also had a look at the VidPhone records, and she appears to have had continuous calls in the flight over here, and to various different people. You've got various numbers. You've no idea. There's no recording of the call. You've just got a record, and she appears to be on one call, finish it, another call, finish it, another call, finish it, and so on until she's landed.
Do I know who she was talking to and who?
No, you've got numbers. You'd have to do some research to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Because this is what I'm thinking, right? If we know who ordered her to come over here and deal with this situation, right? If they're like a vice president within the Takesh or whatever division he's in charge of, she's in charge of, might give us a hint at what the contents of the disk might be, right? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
okay, actually you've got 3 successes. So
that's almost max.
Well, no, but it's essentially they're covering different things. So 1 for the cameras, 1 for the basic phone stuff, and then the third one. Yeah. Okay. So you can trace down that all the numbers are registered to Takesh BioWare. One of them appears to be something to do with Takesh BioWare security, and the other 2 are Takesh BioWare corporate management. But there's nothing about departments, unfortunately, there. It's almost higher than that.
Okay.
What we call
Goes to the top.
I bet at least one of those is to do with Avril Desai. At least one.
Yes, so yeah. Probably security are the guys who sent her here because this is a security team, right? Takesh's security team. And the other 2 is probably the guy who's, taking the side of work, and the other one is the guy who actually pulls the strings, the one who knows what's going on, like what's on the disk and all that. I mean, the lawyer might not even know, right? So if it's secret enough, right, they won't have, they probably didn't tell her.
Okay. Yep. Let's cut from that because I'm not sure if there's anything you 2 want to do in this location, but I'll leave you to think about that before I start to move you from it.
Yeah.
So, Wildner and Barimen, you head back to now I can't remember which sector is the Markova ballroom in. I don't remember.
Oh, that's commercial, I think. Fashion. Sorry.
That was it. Fashion district. Yeah.
Calibri Tower. It's fashion district.
Is
sector.
I don't remember. Like 4 or 6, one of those.
Oh no, it's still in sector. Sorry, it's in the sector you're already in. Sector. It's part of the commercial.
Oh, it's part of the commercial.
Yeah. Sorry, I was actually on the one you. So let me take you to here.
My notes are wrong.
Right. Okay. So there's the Markova ballroom. There's where you are now. This shop, the location given is just down here. Okay, and the 2 of you fly there, find someone to land. Once again, it's a shop at street level. It's a convenience store.
Okay,
and,
I will stop. I'm going to stop at the first terminal, public terminal.
Yes.
Before I get there, and then make the call to.
I'll carry on
every
shop,
EV.
So Barimen's going straight to the location. Wildner
Yeah.
stopping off. Okay, right. So
I want to see what he's up to.
yeah, let's see. What do Wildner? Sorry, first. So you contacting you contact Evie, right?
Yeah.
Give me a connections check.
Okay.
You just so you know, you need one success for Evie to be in,
Right. Okay.
because it's sort of
Oh,
I should be pushing that.
oh, man.
so
Okay.
she is not there.
Okay. Can I do a leaving a message thing?
Yep, certainly.
Yeah, I will leave her a message.
Saying what, please?
Saying, "Hey Evie, your friend from the other night at the noodle bar. Thought you might be interested in having a good look at," and then give her the location for the warehouse, where the warehouse is.
Okay.
Better get there quick. They're cleaning up now.
Okay.
And then
Right.
hang up.
Okay. Right. And then you head off to the.
Then I'll catch up with Barimen. Yeah.
Right. So Barimen, you arrive first, but Wildner's not that far behind. Okay, it's a ground level convenience store. So this is not the high end part of town at all, and essentially the regular police who presumably took the report have already finished and gone. As you arrive, someone who looks to be an older teenager, 18, 19-year-old, maybe a bit younger, is sort of currently removing glass from a broken glass front door. And trying to, and clearly as the first stage is to try and repair it or secure it or whatever.
So as I walk up to the door, hello, we've had reports of a disturbance.
He looks at you, sort of. More police, okay. You don't normally this interested, okay. I didn't see any of it.
I'm about to say Blade Runners.
Okay, right. I thought, okay, that makes a bit more sense now. I wasn't here. My dad was assaulted. Come in, I'll take you through. And he.
Do you have any video?
So
whilst we're going through, I'll just say, do you have any video?
Yeah.
Good.
We always need video around here. And you've taken sort of through the convenience store to a sort of almost sort of behind the counter into the first bit, and there's a man in probably his mid-40s sitting there, and he's quite badly battered and bruised. Have you got any medical skill?
Me?
Yeah, give me a medical aid check.
Do I have any medical aid? I'd rather not.
You'll have some.
Sorry, you say you'd rather not?
I said I can look at him, but I'm not going to touch him because I'm.
Oh no! This is more for your assessment of how badly injured he's been.
Oh, okay, fair play.
No. He's here. He's not gone for medical attention. Yeah, okay. So with that, he's been beaten up without being badly injured. If you see, he's got lots of battered and bruised, and small little cuts, like possibly was thrown through a glass front door. But he's not. He's cleaned himself up. He's looking like actually he sat there waiting for customers to come in to then come forward and serve them. I mean, he's looked like
someone's been a bit rough asking questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait
colleague to arrive.
Okay. You're waiting for, right. Okay. Well, the son explains to his dad that this is this is a Blade Runner, and the older man is like, I thought it might be. So I thought that makes a bit more sense now. Okay. Then you sort of show your credentials and stuff, and at that point, I think Wildner can just turn up for ease. The son leaves you to it. He goes back to repairing the front door. What can I tell you? Says the man.
Well, for starters, I believe you have video of this. So
Yeah.
me see it, please.
Yep. And he turns to a sort of fairly old computer screen terminal next to him, and pulls up, and then his camera seems to be reasonably good. He's got a couple of cameras. He hasn't got the entire store covered, but he's got one covering the door and one covering the till. And which covers most of the shop. And between, so he is actually able to run them side by side. And you see Gabor come in. She still seems to be dressed the same way with a good quality overcoat. They're both, the cameras are high up, so you can't see her footwear, but she's walking around like someone who's on high heels. Yep. She goes and talks to the man you're talking to, the shopkeeper, she seems to be asking him something, and he seems to be saying no to something, and then she gets angry, grabs him, pulls him over the counter. She's clearly a very fit and athletic woman, but this is showing a lot more strength than you would have expected for someone of her build. And she then throws him through the front door is actually is sort of like mostly glass, and he gets thrown through it. Okay. She then goes back to the goes back behind the counter, rips open the till, takes some money from it, and then goes back out the shop.
Smash and grab.
So the man, it says, so just he rewinds the bit where she's talking to him, and she says, she came in and just said she needed some money for to make a phone call, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm not a charity, and she just went mad at me, and just said, and sort of, you see she hammers on the counter demanding some money, and then when I keep saying no, that's when she attacked me.
Okay. I'm assuming the previous officers copied this footage.
Yes, but you can have a copy as well if you want.
In
fact, sorry, I'm being an idiot. When you've been contacted, the footage has pinged in. Sorry, I should have said this earlier. The footage has pinged into your key. That would have happened from the first officer. Mind you, actually, only Blade Runners carry keys. I don't think normal officers do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can get a copy of it, certainly.
Yeah, we get a copy. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible that the officers have something like that, but not all the bells and whistles.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst I'm sort of hovering behind Barimen at this point, I'll show a picture of the picture we've got of Gabor to shopkeeper and say, and just can you confirm this is the woman?
Yeah, that's her. Absolutely.
Very good. Did anyone see where she went when she ran out?
No, but
she must have made a phone call, right? So we need to get the records for all the local phone.
All the local terminals we want to check. Any calls that are made recently.
Well, looking back outside the shop, there is a terminal 20
Well,
pages.
that's probably
20 pages
Yeah,
down
it's
the
probably
road.
the one I just used.
Good, that one, yeah.
So, and there's a timestamp, obviously, on the
Yep.
security video. I'll check the current video to make sure it's the right time.
Yep.
Right, we need to get those records in. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I hope I can help. And
You-
she was. I thought she was on some drugs, but if it was Blade Runners turning up, I think I'm a bit more lucky
Stronger
to.
than she looks. They
Yeah.
all are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you're not the first person she's hit today.
Right. To access the records from this phone will require a tech check.
Ooh.
Now, the two of you working together, one can assist the other.
What's your tech?
D.
Was that a D or a B? My ear.
D.
What's my tech? What's my? I was kind of out the back of the bike shifts.
What's your intelligence? Is it going only on C there?
I've got a B for int.
Okay, so you roll our assist.
So,
okay.
so
That's with advantage, right?
roll with advantage, please. Yep.
Let me just click the old advantage button. And hit the. I'll just.
It's the old guy tries to tell the newer guy how to use technology.
Get your rabbit, polish your rabbit's foot. Polish your rabbit's foot.
Don't forget to switch off the advantage afterwards because it doesn't auto reset.
I will do.
Right.
I've got one
You've
success,
that a couple of times.
and I've got a 1 as well.
Okay. Are you going to push it or are you going to leave it at that?
What's this?
You take a point of resolve damage if you with that one you rolled.
It's a D10, so
Is
for
it-
what it's worth.
I've got a 3, but I need like a 6.
Yeah, in a D10.
So,
So
I've
that's 50%.
got-
And you take 1 point of stress, or how they call it.
Resolve.
I'll
Resolve,
defer to my
yes.
replicant friend in the corner.
Right. Are you,
Yes,
you're going to push. Okay.
Just push the D10. Yes.
I'm trying to push the one on in the middle.
Yeah.
Yep.
D10.
D10, I hope. And I've reset it to non-advantage. Good.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. So there haven't actually been that many phone calls from this, and the only one in a conceivable time frame of a few minutes after the timestamp is to a number that you've actually already got in your records. It's to the person who particularly likes her as a dance partner.
I knew
Prey
Prey was
Kowalski.
involved.
Didn't
they say maybe this? She's trying to they're trying to get it to Prey.
Yeah, there's something funny going on.
Okay, and that phone call took place about because you've taken time to get across here, about an hour and a half ago.
Right. Then
Sorry. Also, sorry. One last thing. The phone call was about 5 minutes long.
Ooh.
Okay.
5 minutes.
Good
There's a whole discussion.
Yeah. In which case, I want to get on my Kia and put out. It's kind of Prey's kind of a person of interest.
It's an APB, isn't it?
Yeah. So
There's already a bolo out on Gabor as well. So.
yeah. So I will see if I can put in something to get, a track or trace or a watch on Prey.
Okay, you have her address from previous researchings.
Yeah, it's just in case she's done a runner.
Her address.
And then we'll go to. I think let's hop in the spinner and go to the.
Right.
So Prey's address.
You two are going to start. You two are going to go to Prey's address.
And I'll ping the two that aren't with us just to say what we're up to.
Will you finish with what you're doing? Are you going to join them going to Prey's address, or are you going to do something else?
We join them. Yeah, I mean, I will join them. I will. The last thing I want to do is just to record the chassis number in the van. Maybe for later inquiries. I like to know if it's stolen or if it's part of Takesha's.
Yeah. Okay.
File down.
Yeah. Yep. Certainly. Okay. You'll have got that on that previous search roll. You can have got chassis
All
numbers
right.
and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. is Falk going to Prey's location? Prey's home address as well.
I'm torn. It's especially given this last session. I'm kind of half wondering if it's going to be. Everyone needs to be in the last area, or should I go and visit Vadim Yarkov? I'll join with it up with everyone else.
I was going to say,
with this guy's profile, he might very well be, if not the leader, one of the head people, like leading one of the squadrons in the what's Liberty? What's the name of the Liberties?
The Black Lights.
No, they're
Equality.
Vanguard.
No, Equality is the pro
Equality.
replicant. That's
Yes.
Equality. That's EVs.
Just to be clear, Prey Kowalski is female as well. Just to be clear.
She is. Okay, sorry. Yes, the picture is not very
the picture is very metrosexual, yes.
I wouldn't like to cross swords with it because
no,
he's a major in the UN and
and he worked with Replicants, so maybe that's where he got some of his potential empathy for them, right? And he might be leading the equality group, or
are you possibly saying that she's gone native and is now supporting replicant rights because she's commanded?
Anyway, right. So the four of you meet up at Prey Kowalski's apartment, which is in. This isn't sort of quite the level of luxury of that limo, but being a major in the UN clearly pays reasonably well, and the apartment is just from the records you pull up of the block, it's just a single bedroom apartment. It's not the largest, but it's a reasonable sized apartment. But it's on the 16th floor of a tower block, so it's quite well apportioned and stuff like that.
Of pollution.
Yes. Okay.
So can we work out who owns the block? Just out of interest.
Say again.
Can we work out who owns the block? Just out of interest.
Give me a connections check.
Yeah, right. The Wombles own the block, and
the Wombles. I haven't heard the Wombles.
Small furry things that pick up litter.
Yeah, I remember the Wombles. I'm old enough.
Sorry, connections. Oh my word, a double D. Shall we see?
Oh, got a connection.
You're able to ascertain that you cannot find any connection between Takash BioWare and this apartment block, or anything that might link to something like the Replicant Underground or something like that. It does appear to be a rented apartment, and someone does own the block, but it appears to be a corporation that owns it. Okay.
No, I was confused. I thought it was a double D, but it's not. It's 10 because I've got a B for it. I've got a D for connections, so it's a BD.
Okay.
I'm look at how I got a 7 on a D.
Right.
Those D6, share them.
Okay.
I might need one.
So the four of you make your way up to the apartment, and there's a very nice sort of there definitely is a bit of grandiose here. That it's not a single front door; it's a pair of double doors that open. So it's definitely quite plush. And you're at the right door for the apartment number you've got. And there is a little sort of intercom bell and stuff. If anyone wishes to ring on the door.
Yeah, we'll go and press the button.
I'm going to stand to one side of the door. He goes down in a hail of red mist. I'm not in the firing line.
I'm not expecting a UN officer to start shooting.
Okay. Then after after you're starting to wonder if anyone's in, and then
Just getting the key out, better start.
Yeah, and then
asking for an override.
Yeah, then the intercom comes back. Yes, who is it, please?
Is it a video one or is it just a voice?
It's just voice.
Okay, so my name is Detective Wildner. I'm with the Blade Runner LEPD. We need to ask you a few questions.
I can guess what this is about. Please come in. And the door opens, and I mean, this is definitely quite a nice apartment. There's quite a sizable hallway, with 3 sets of doors going off, and Prey has answered the door, and she leads you through sort of straight ahead into quite a nice parlor. I mean, it's the UN definitely pays quite well. There's a nice piano in here and things like that, and a couple of sofas and other chairs to sit on and stuff. She looks a bit surprised. All 4 of you, I'm assuming all 4 of you are going in.
Yeah. Can I stay by the front door on the inside?
On the inside.
In case someone decides to do a runner.
Yep.
Please.
Yep.
I'll look at Falk and see if he's calculating how much stuff is worth.
Yes.
I'll shut the door as well.
Okay. Yeah, and Prey does seem a bit surprised. I mean, sort of 4 of you, okay, but looks a bit surprised and takes you through to the parlor.
I might, whilst being led through, lean over to Miles and suggest he falls back and maybe has a look around.
He's
She may be
probably
here.
like prodding and checking, if there's any dust on the shelves and
Checking the collection of doors. Oh, this is a lovely door.
yeah. I wonder how it looks from the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. It's probably best if I. Hang on a sec. How are we going to do this? Right. I haven't covered bits of this up, so. Right. So Preyer's gone into here. Was it Barimen is hanging by the door? And then you 2 are in the parlor as well. Just one thing, by the way. Actually, no, this doesn't require. It wouldn't require a dice roll. Prey is slightly strangely dressed. She's wearing sort of quite outdoorsy clothes, a good pair of solid boots, almost like you're about to go walking in the countryside or something like that.
About to go on the lam, perhaps.
She's off to retrieve the disc, maybe.
Right. So Barimen's staying by the door. So can you see the map that I've
I've had to zoom it right out. It's a huge map.
Yeah, it's a big apartment.
Yeah, blimey.
Yeah, I mean, the hallway itself is.
It's bigger than my house.
The apartment.
Shows the wrong
6 meters square, isn't it?
6 meters square hallway is as big as some people's apartments. Yeah. So, okay. So where is Dallas going if he's going wandering?
I'll just idly walk towards the living room.
Okay. Okay. Right. So, what do you say to Prey?
I will say we are reason to believe that a replicant that you're familiar with, Gabor, yes, has committed 2 assaults, for which we have evidence, and is now wanted, obviously. And we know that her last known contact was with yourself, or at least to this number.
Yes, she contacted me about nearly 2.5 hours ago. I think that, and that fits with the time you've taken to get there. That seems fairly honest. She told me that she wasn't in the Markova ballroom. She was in a street somewhere, and she told me that she was in trouble and needed help. And I told her, if you're in trouble, contact the police. Yeah. If you've done nothing wrong, contact the police. They will help you.
That all?
And then she pleaded with me to help her for quite a while, but with my position, I couldn't take any risks on that. So we talked for several minutes, but I kept trying to convince her to contact the police. She seemed to not want to. But and then after several minutes, she angrily hung up on me.
And I understand that you were a regular of hers, and well, rumor would have it that there was an attachment to it.
Yeah, just before that, both Falk and Wildner can roll insight if you wish.
Can I give Wildner advantage through his dice roll? Do we need to roll them separately?
No, I think you need to roll them separately in this situation because it's reading someone. You're not.
Hit the wrong button. Meant to do both. Never mind.
I've got a 1. I will push my D10. See if I can get anything better.
Accidentally caught the one dice. I meant to do both, but never mind.
Oh, nicely. 2.
Ooh.
Right, so Falk, you can't figure anything out. Do you need to re-roll? Did you not re-roll one of those dice?
I meant to roll both, but I only rolled one. Don't worry about it.
You sure?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm stuck in just being completely oblivious mode.
Okay. You take what she says to quite believable at face value. Wildner, this isn't obscuring or trying to divert. Some of what she just told you was a complete lie. That what she said at the conversation was just a complete lie. There are telltale signs there.
I think I'm just staring at the expensive stuff and
that piano is definitely a collector's item.
get arrested for something.
Right. Sorry.
I'll say. Well, we have reason to believe that you had quite an attachment to Gabor,
yes.
I have, and I've sort of pointedly looked down at her good walking shoes. Say, I suspect maybe you've been seeing her maybe more recently than the phone call.
Okay, I've just got back in. I went to meet up with her and gave her some money. Okay, that's all I've done. Your insight check will carry over. That's another lie.
Right.
Also, you will have arrived in dribs and drabs, and probably the first you to arrive was here at least 15 minutes before the rest, and did not observe her returning to the building. I'm just going to cut away from you a sec to Dallas. You were wandering into the living room.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, wrong thing. So you're now in that room. A well-apportioned living room, seating and stuff like that for sitting, watching a big TV screen and stuff like that. The parlour's more of an entertainment room. This is more of it's a mere 6 meters by 4 meters. It's a small little place to watch telly and stuff like that. In not very much luxury at all.
Yeah. If nothing jumps, to my attention, I will. Now that I'm out of sight, I will quickly and stealthily run to the bedroom.
Okay.
Unless I see something that might draw my attention, something that looks obviously out of place, but I'm not going to stay and look. I just want to go check the apartment quickly, just in case she's around.
Okay. Give me an observation check. Just while he's rolling that, Barimen, what are you doing? Are you just staying almost on guard duty?
My role is to stop anyone entering or leaving.
Okay. Okay, you're staying there. Okay. Observation. There's nothing particularly out of order here. It all seems quite sensible. Nothing strange here at all.
I just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll cut back to Falk and Wildner.
I look very surprised with where Wildner's going, and actually slightly impressed. I missed that. I would have trusted her.
I'll say, listen. I know you've formed an attachment with this individual, and well, she's performed 2 assaults. She's undertaken a robbery. She's in big trouble. I don't think you'd have just packed her off with a bit of money. She needs help properly. She needs to come in, or we need to really follow up on this bit more. I mean, she could be in danger. If you've just given her some money and sent her out in the streets, she's not going to last long.
Given what I'm hearing from Wildner, I'm going to attempt to loom in a way that would give him advantage on any dice rolls.
Okay. Can you give me a manipulation check with advantage, please?
Okay.
Wildner, give me a manipulation check, please.
Yeah.
Just while you're rolling that, Dallas, you move into the bedroom. Okay.
I do. Yeah.
And you spot something in here with those two observation will carry over. You spot something in here that is we spot 2 things that are clearly in fact it'd be more than that because you've looked at the video. Yeah. You spot over in one corner sort of there's a chair in one corner, and on the sort of placed neatly under the chair are Gabor's shoes that she was dancing in, and hanging across the chair is her overcoat with the sort of competition dancing dress that she was wearing when she went missing. That's slung over it as well. So her Gabor's clothes are in the bedroom.
Are you going to tell us?
I will, yes, but first, because I suspect, so 2 options. She's still around and she's hiding in the bathroom, or she got a change of clothes.
I don't think you can discuss this, so I'm going to...
No, I'm just saying, like, out of character, I'm saying that these are the 2 options, right? So I think before saying anything to the others, I would check the bathroom first.
Okay.
Right? Because that's what I think. I think clothes, she's in the bathroom. I'm going to check. Yeah.
Can I just ask, have you left the doors open or have you shut the doors?
Myself,
Behind you.
I'm just walking through. I want to make like minimum noise.
But have you, when you've opened, the doors were closed. When you've opened them, have you left them open or have you closed them?
I left them open. I mean, I'm gonna try to cause the least amount of fuss because I don't want to distract.
Means Barimen will be able to hear.
Means I'll be able to hear you when you get your lights punched out.
Okay. Sorry. So with the manipulate,
I don't think I can push that effectively because there's the advantage dice would be the one I'd want to roll, and I can't re-roll that one. So.
Yeah. Okay. So 1 success. You were pushing prey to. You were saying that. Sorry, I'm trying to.
She's in trouble. We need to help her in out something.
And
I know you didn't just give her a phone call or just give her some money. So
unfortunately, while I'm looming, I don't realise that my nose is dribbling. Ruining completely.
Right. You broke the spell. You broke the spell.
Process.
Like Wildner had like weave this nice spell and you just broke it.
Process. Okay, she's really very worried. So, right, she's here. Okay, let me go and get her before, because she all of what's happened is her panicking. She's totally out of her comfort area, and she's panicking, and I get on very well with her. Yeah, I can ensure this is settled calmly. Okay.
Excellent. That's all we want.
So
We just need to talk to her.
Okay. Is that okay?
If it can't, but anyway.
And
Yeah,
then
I
At this
will-
point, I'm probably opening the door already.
right.
I will
To the
stay.
bathroom.
So Prey moves off into the living room.
I will follow her just a few, a discreet distance behind her, but so I can see where she's going.
Okay.
What she's doing.
Is Falk, you staying where you are, or are you following as well?
I'm kind of following and just quickly, make sure everything is fine.
Oh,
Right.
nice.
Okay. Right. So Dallas, you open the bathroom door
Yes, carefully.
carefully. Okay. You see a woman that is Gabor, dressed very differently, dressed in sort of quite sort of rough clothes, bit like Prey was wearing, clothes designed to go sort of outdoorsy and working and stuff like that. And but that's not what you really notice. What you notice is the semi-automatic shotgun that she's holding, which she immediately opens up at you with.
Excellent.
Well, no, not for him.
Right.
Stay into the story.
Well, yes, but point blank range with a semi-automatic shotgun. Bye.
She's a dancer.
He's a replicant.
not a
He'll be
gunner.
fine.
He's got a million brothers and sisters. He'll be fine.
Right. Sorry, I've just got to do something. Bear with me, please.
Do I get any chance to, step aside, because I was kind of expecting her to be on the other side? Right. That's
Okay. I won't give her advantage for surprise.
I mean, I knew she was there. I mean, suspected she was there, right? So
Yeah.
surely surprise is not a thing that I will,
It's the other dice roll.
Sorry, bear with me a sec.
Sure, I'm glad I didn't go and investigate it.
Right. Now, she is technically in the same zone as you, so that is Richard. If you fire in the same zone, is that disadvantage?
Ranges. Okay, so let me see if I can remember. I think the weapons have an ideal range.
Yeah, the ideal range is short, and you're at the range band before that.
So that I think would be a single success needed. Let me just quickly check. You can use a weapon closer than the minimum or one range beyond the maximum, but you get a disadvantage.
Yeah, so she's firing with disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hope she's not too. I mean, she's a dancer. Let's hope she's not.
Also,
too good.
If Miles can be considered to be taking cover, then that also gives disadvantage. Obviously, it doesn't stack.
Yeah. So it's one success. That's a hit.
Broom sweeper.
No, it's not one success, because that's I didn't do the disadvantage. When you're rolling off the firearms, it didn't do the disadvantage. That is actually the dice she has lost, because when you roll disadvantage, you lose the higher dice.
I believe you still lose the lower dice. I think it's always the lower dice.
Okay, so that loses the 1, so it is a 7. So it is a 1 success.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So she does not appear to be a very skilled user of a shotgun, but she still managed to wing
But it's
you.
a shotgun.
Yep. You take 3 points of damage.
Yes. Can I do anything to reduce that?
Sorry.
You should have actually gotten that undershirt armor that I was
Actually,
planning.
I am being a bit harsh here. I'm going to give you a mobility check. Yeah.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Dive
Okay,
for cover.
fair enough.
To dive for cover. Sorry, I'm being harsh here because you were half expecting this to happen.
I mean, yeah, that's the kind of thing I would do is like I was expecting a punch or something. I wasn't expecting a
That
shotgun.
was fucking.
But
Yeah.
still, I was expecting some sort of,
Right. Give me a mobility check.
Okay, and I will. I think. No, that's it. So I'm not gonna push the. Right.
Okay, so a huge, great hole blasts in the door frame where your head was a second ago, and you but you managed to dive out the way before it hits you. So you are now back in this room. Now, just for combat purposes, each of these rooms is its own zone. Okay, even the parlor,
Okay.
which is big, is its own zone. Okay. Now we need quickly a combat. Sorry, no, where is it? We need the initiative deck. So now I haven't tried using this yet. So recall. Okay, cancel that. Right. So if I deal that, right, I need to deal. Let's see if this. Okay, right. I've got to add people to the turn order first. Sorry, I need to. Just realised I haven't put Gabor on the map yet.
There she is.
Right. Sorry, it's not letting me put her on the turn order. Right, if I then deal, and I deal 6 cards.
Oh, something come up. An if.
Okay, so that's not worked. Okay, that's great.
If with the bracket.
Right. Okay. I'm not going to. Right, just because we need to move quickly. I'm not going to use the. If you
I've
can
just
roll a
I just
d10.
left clicked on it and got an 8 pop up.
Oh, did you?
So, it
Yeah,
may
I
make
think
it
it's telling me to draw when it was up. We've just removed it. It was
Okay.
telling me to draw a deck when I hovered over it.
So go and draw. So
They can draw one card as well.
What did you get?
Hold on. I think I got an 8.
That's interesting because there was an 8 previously. Is it not working?
so the 8 is gone. Now try and draw again. I think I need to take it off the top of the pile.
Yeah, it's just rolling 8. I just draw another one and it's another 8.
Yes, it's
I
like
don't think
crazy.
you can have
It seems
two
that everyone
eights.
seems to be getting 8s.
I don't
Right.
think you can have 2 8s, can you?
No, you can't. I think this is
No.
not working properly. So
It is broken.
Yeah.
So let's roll d10.
If you
So-
start it again, because you had the chance to move it out, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you hadn't moved it out.
no,
before having a
right.
room.
I'm just conscious of time.
Okay.
Each of you roll a d10, please.
Cool.
You want as low as possible. So Miles has got a 1, which is very handy.
Oh, slow off the mark.
Falk got a 9.
I'm at the back, so be fair.
Wildner got an 8.
Got a 5.
Barimen gets a 5. Where's Barimen gone?
That all kind of fits with our positioning.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Right, and I'm just going to use an actual dice because it'll be quicker if I can find a 10-sided. There's one. So Gabor. That makes sense. So Gabor is on 3.
Yeah, quicker reactions.
I have to say, for both of them, the first dice roll I got was a 1, but that's already gone. And then I've rolled 9 twice. Okay, and then Prey is on a 6. So, okay, so first of all, let's have oh, yeah, sorry, this deck's right. There we are. Right. Okay. First of all, Dallas. So the shotgun blasts the doorway apart near you. And sorry, Gabor is actually up in this corner here, but she's in that zone. What do you wish to do?
I will shout, that was very stupid. We were here just to ask questions, so it's up to you what happens next.
Right. That is an audible manipulate check. So your action is to manipulate. So can you give me a manipulation check, please?
Hold on, let me see. Manipulation. Did it work? It's just
You got 2.
You
got 2 2s.
You're going to push it.
I'm going to push it, yes.
Screaming louder.
Yeah, just 1 success.
1.
That's better than nothing.
Oh yeah, that is for sure. Yeah.
She screams back, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong.
You just shot a Blade Runner. That's pretty wrong.
You're not helping.
She moves round the doorway and attempts to take another shot at you.
Okay.
You should have said you just shot at a replicant. That might have
Oh yeah, that's true.
elicited
Yes.
more sympathy.
Yeah.
Right. 4. So yeah, this is normal. So let's try that again.
Oh, success.
So she hits you this time.
Mm-hmm.
So you take 3 points of damage, and we want a D8 roll on the.
Unless there's a specific on that weapon, you only get a critical if you get 2 successes.
Oh, right. I thought it was 2 or more damage. I have misremembered that. Thank you for correcting me. Right, so you just take 3 points of damage. She's firing a shotgun that's got lots of pellets in bed, and some of them clip you. Okay.
Okay.
Just as a reminder, until you get the really lethal criticals, it's not going to kill you. Your worst you'll get is you go broken, which is you're unable to act.
I mean, I'm still got a lot, like plenty of health, so
it's just to give you a bit of an idea of how badly off you are.
I'm still like more than half my health, so I'm assuming that I'm wounded, probably bleeding a little bit, but also unfazed. Using my superior replicant.
And apart from anything else, your implanted memories probably recall the time that you were much worse wounded. Carry on functioning and do your job completely successfully.
Yes, it hurts a little bit less than it would human.
Right. She doesn't move for the moment. So Barimen. So you can see Prey in the living room now through the open doorway. And I'm assuming you can see actually through both doorways. You can see, you've heard 2 shots from the shotgun. You see Dallas dive away, and then probably seen some sort of grunt of pain as Dallas has been winged by a shotgun, by the second shot from the shotgun.
Right. So I am going to. How far will I get in a run?
So you can move 1 zone for free.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to move further, you have to make a mobility check, and for each success you can move an additional zone.
Right. Well, actually, where I want to move, assuming that Dallas isn't just standing in the doorway.
But sorry, this will be your action for this turn.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't really want to. As the only member of the group that's actually bothered to shoot anyone so far.
I was afraid of hitting everyone else with the 50s.
Fair play. I just really, if you can see that, I just basically want to end up there.
Okay.
With my back to the wall, so I can just stand around and go pop. Sure, yeah. And I'll drop my weapon, obviously.
Okay. You can attempt a shot at disadvantage at Gabor now if you wish.
Everyone that knows anything has ended up dead. We can't afford to kill this one.
No, that's what I was thinking.
I'm going to shout that out. I'm going to shout, "Don't kill her!"
Right. Okay.
Kill is interesting because I've used the kill word rather than the retire word.
Right.
Got to get manipulation roll for
it. No, because you're talking to your guys.
I'm shouting it, but I'm not. I can't talk to anyone. I'm shouting it. Don't kill her.
Okay. I don't think that's a manipulation check against Gabor.
Okay. I'm just using less confrontational language. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Okay. Then it's now Prey. Prey. Prey seems to sort of hesitate and then moves. She doesn't get into your line of fire, but I mean, you're all in one zone. But she sort of moves over actually quite close to Barimen and is trying to look and see what's going on. Okay.
Are you down, Mums, or are you standing in front of the door?
Say that again.
Is Javier's character down?
No. I just
standing in front of the door. Like
I stepped aside already.
No,
right?
He's been winged, but if you want to in a minute, you can use your action to get in a position where you can't be shot. But at the present moment, you ducked away, but she's then moved, so she moved around within the zone to shoot you through the doorway. Okay. Next, it is Wildner. You're muted, Dave.
There we go. I shall move into the living room. That's my move. And I'm going to shout across, immediately call to Prey. You need to talk her down. She's got a damn shotgun. She's going to kill someone soon. Then it's curtains for her. Talk her down. And I've got my gun out ready with a.
You're going to mention
suitable.
She's already wounded our replicant tech.
I think she probably would figure that out for herself.
Right.
We still need to talk it down.
Give me a manipulation. Give me a manipulation check, please.
Okay. Manipulation. 3.
Okay.
It makes sense what you say. It makes a lot of sense.
I'll try. She says. Okay. Then Falk, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna get to a position where I can aim, and I'm gonna shout out. So far, there's only been equipment damage. Put your weapon down, and we won't have to retire you.
So you're moving into here, and then also going in this corner, trying to get a. Okay.
And my weapon was already out, and it's
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Sorry, Javier.
No, I mean.
Right. So we're going to run on.
Mine's already thinks that Falk is an asshole. Probably, yeah. He didn't make like a lot of efforts to hide his disdain for replicants, so he knows.
We're going to overrun bit over the finish time. Is that okay? Yeah.
That's
okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Just to be clear, Falk, you can't. You're aiming sort of at the doorway. So if she appears, it sounds to me like you're almost still doing an Overwatch type action.
Yeah.
So you've got if she appears, you can shoot her. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Certainly. Okay. Right. Let's then go back to Dallas. What is Dallas doing?
I want to put some sort of furniture between her and myself to hide behind, and then take.
Probably the bed is the biggest.
Yeah, that's what I was looking to. But is the bed nailed down to the ground or
nope.
the
Give me a mobility check for sort of flipping the bed over and spinning it around, so it's giving you some cover.
Oh, I'm gonna push.
So you still take a point of damage. You are aware of that.
It's resolve for everything that a replicant takes is always resolve.
That's right.
Whether it's physical or mental, if you push, it's always resolve.
So do you wish to push that then or not? Because
I already did. Yes, I already did.
No.
Take 1 point of resolve.
Does that take you over your resolve limit?
No, it takes me to 2. Which is almost my maximum. Yes.
Okay.
I've got one more.
You got one more. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you get yourself into some cover. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Can I have, please, observation checks at disadvantage from Wildner and Barimen? In fact, sorry, it's not at disadvantage from Wildner. It's at disadvantage from Barimen. Falk doesn't get a chance to observe this because you are aware. And Wildner is normal. Okay, so Wildner spots this, but does Barimen? Yes, you do as well. Right. As your Falk is focused on covering the doorway, and you two are less focused on the doorway. You've got a bit more peripheral vision as Prey pulls a pistol from inside her jacket and attempts to step forward to grasp Falk and put the gun to his head. And there's a whole series of checks that we could do there. Right. So with 2 successes, I will let Wildner sort of interrupt that and attempt to grapple or what does Wilder want to try and do when he spots that start to happen?
I think if I'm close enough, I probably would dive at her, and just try to knock the gun out of her hand, or at least knock the gun aside.
Okay.
Rather than shooting, I think that's it's all a bit too close there.
Do me a hand-to-hand check, please.
Okay.
Ooh,
1. I do have a bit in strength and hand-to-hand.
That's technically a critical as well.
Are you going to push that?
I could push I can push the D10.
Push the D10.
The D8.
Oh.
It's a D8.
What happened there?
The D10 already rolled a 10. You can push the D8.
Something's happened because I pressed. Do you want
someone else has done a hand.
Do you want to just push? Push
I will push my D8. Yeah, I clicked on yours because I thought I was.
It hadn't appeared on my screen. That was the annoying thing.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go.
Sorry.
2. I've got up to 2.
So close.
No, you were always.
I were in 2.
You were
I was already in 2.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Prey attempts to pull her pistol, and before she can get to grabbing at grabbing Falk, Wildner, you see, and you dive in, and the two of you end up rolling around the floor. You're winning the grapple at the moment. She's quite strong, and clearly quite competent in hand-to-hand fighting.
As one would expect.
Yeah,
I'm just street fighting.
Yeah, but
I'm biting.
The main thing as well is you're able to use both hands. But she's only using one hand because she's got a pistol in the other. But you're holding her pistol, so it's sort of pointing away from you or any of your colleagues.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I be shouting, watch out or whatever to
Yeah.
to everyone around me as they're doing so?
Yeah.
I have the suspicion everyone has noticed.
Yes.
Right. Sorry, that was a bit of an interrupt action that went on, that she was prepped. Now it's Gabor, who sorry. No, actually, Gabor she sticks her head out looking to see what's going on. So, Falk, do you wish to shoot or are you holding fire? You may fire if you wish.
I think I was on Overwatch and my character's predisposed to despising replicants, so I think he would.
Yep.
Even though there's probably something in his head saying, I was warned, we don't have a retirement order. But I'm not going to push it.
Okay.
Because there's a degree probably within his brain going, I probably shouldn't. But
So
the automatic bang.
So you fire and miss. Okay.
That was on purpose.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a warning shot.
So she panic shoots back at you. And
Do we get any cover for the door?
yeah.
Jack?
You do. So if I put that to disadvantage, does that now do that correctly? It does. She hits, however. So 3 points of damage.
That's is the base damage 3.
Yeah.
Then it's 4.
It's a critical.
Because it's +1 because it's 2.
Oh yes, +1 that, and it's a critical.
Okay, so my maximum health is 4, so I'm broken.
Oh Jesus! Punctured lung.
You're properly broken.
This is properly.
I hope it's the bad one. It's probably the bad one, right?
This is potentially lethal. It's a death save within the shift, and you've got disadvantage to stamina and mobility.
Yeah, we note that down here.
But you are broken. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. It's now Barimen.
Take her down.
Pardon?
Take her down.
I'm more worried about the woman right behind me with the gun, wrestling with my compatriot now.
The one wrestling as opposed to one who's actually not wrestling and shooting.
Anyway, Barimen, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and club this thing with my pistol.
Okay.
This is looking great.
Right.
I don't really kill any. See, I fully believe that we shouldn't kill either of them because we haven't solved the case. Right? And if we kill them, we'll probably never solve the case. And we've got all these lawyers going to be on our necks, and it's just going to end really badly for us.
The most deadly threat of all, a lawyer.
Yeah, absolutely. If you've got a punctured London,
Make your life hell.
you can't. That's it.
I
Right.
definitely should. I definitely should have shredded her.
Okay. Can you make me a hand-to-hand check, please?
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to get injured, aren't I? I've only got an 8, 2 8s. I'm not going to push that.
Okay, you miss.
Yeah.
Okay, you can actually move as well. Do you wish to move, or are you just staying in that zone?
Can I move out of line of fire from the bathroom window, but stay within striking range of Mrs. Muggins or whatever her name is?
Yep.
Prey Kawasaki.
Prey attempts to break out of your hold. So that's an opposed hand-to-hand check, please, with Wildner.
Righty-ho. Okay, I get 1. I'll push if I can.
God, she has rolled
God,
absolute crap with her hand-to-hand.
Well, maybe I don't need to push then.
You don't. You have maintained your grapple.
Okay.
She doesn't get to move. Then it's now your action.
Right.
Handcuff.
Yes. Is slapping cuffs on a possibility, or am I still too?
Right. It's another opposed hand-to-hand check. If you get 2 successes more than her, I would say that's in this situation that's getting handcuffs on her.
I need to restrain her, so I'm going to try and restrain her. So if I can get the cuffs on, all better. Otherwise, I'm just
otherwise you're trying to get more control. At the present moment, you've only
Yeah.
got 1 point of control. If you can get up to 2 points, so that's actually no 2 points. So that's 1 more success. Sorry, you need 1 more success. If you can get 2 points of control, then you can handcuff her.
Right. Okay. I will do that.
You could also nuzzle your gun into her ribs, and that might convince her to relax a bit.
Well, except both his hands are involved in
Well, yeah, I dropped my gun to wrestle her.
So did I.
You dropped the gun, so it was knocked out of your hand, and you went backwards.
She's got 1 success, so she's actually starting to resist. Are you pushing?
Okay, I'm going to push both dice.
Oh,
Fuck.
So you take a point of damage.
Guys hate us.
And she's starting to get loose.
Okay.
I
will shout. I'm pretty shouting, come on, help. Pin her down.
Right.
I might have to shoot her because that's my best skill.
Falk, now you're actually broken.
I'm broken, so I can't act.
You can't act. No. Okay.
No, I can moan, grumble, and drag myself somewhere, but that's about all I can do.
Right. Dallas?
I'm going to shoot at at Gabor.
Okay.
Pull a gun, poke from behind the bed, shoot.
She's no idea you're there. She's still standing in the doorway. So
it's firearms, right?
Yep.
Oh, fuck. I'm not gonna push anything.
That's a hit. So what's the damage of your weapon?
Oh, I should have rolled with the weapon, right?
Doesn't matter.
It's got fixed damage.
Yes, but I'm trying to find it.
You've got the normal gun like me, haven't you?
Yes, I do. I have the standard. It's down here. Okay. It is a
D6 or D10.
Is it 2? Well, no. But yes, you've got enough successes for critical. Is it?
It's a 1 or a 2.
Is it?
Yeah. I think it's a 2.
If it's a blast, which is the shorter range,
technical
that's 2
problems. Let me.
Is it 2 points of damage?
If he uses the most effective one, yes.
Okay.
It's also the shortest range one, so possibly one you'd be more.
I would assume he's using the sonic blast that does 2 points. Yeah.
Okay, I will use I use the sonic blast to try to, at least distract her from my colleagues, so she doesn't keep shooting at them.
Yep. So you do 2 points of damage. She screams in pain. Right.
And I will, try to, ask, drop your weapon. don't make things worse. You will be retired, and I will hide behind the bed.
Okay.
So brave. So brave.
Right. It's then Gabor's action. Right. She attempts to take a shot back at your rough direction, though you have a little bit of armor because of the bed. So this is a normal shot.
Oh, for crying out loud.
As a crit, yeah.
That's a crit. You're down.
Right. No, it's not, because
Oh.
it takes the right. You've got yeah. I'm gonna roll me a D8, please. If you get 6 or more, then it reduces the damage by 1.
That's all it does. Okay.
Oh, beautifully done.
Nice.
Right. So you just take 3 points of damage with no critical roll.
3
Yep.
again.
Yep.
Okay.
What does that do to your hit points, Javier?
It goes up to 6, and I've got 8, so I've got another couple.
So another shot's going to be a problem.
Yes, yeah. The next one is going to be the last one.
Right.
Especially if she keeps shooting like that.
Right. She, however, moves into this zone.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Barimen.
I've got a shooter. Sorry.
Yeah, dude.
She's got a gun.
Hmm.
I only get one go at this. They don't get to program another one with me. Right, I shall try and hit her with a what are we going to go for? Sonic Blast, I think, because that's my short range.
Ooh, that's a good shot.
Oh, so that is
It's my best skill.
yeah.
That's
So,
enough.
so what's
probably.
the,
That's
what's
what
the
it is.
damage?
He said apologetically.
So the base damage for that is 2,
Yes.
and you've got an additional 3, so 5. Yeah, it's 5 points damage. And what's the critical roll?
D10.
Roll me a D10, please.
It's showing on the thing on the overlay that there's a critical button, I think.
Oh, is
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
you can
gosh.
click it. Yeah.
Try pressing the critical button.
Allow me.
See what happens.
How many extra successes it says?
Oh,
Uh,
it was 3, did you say?
3
Success?
extra successes. You need 1 to hit.
Yeah.
3. It's a
this
miss.
is going to hurt.
Mm.
What do you roll 3?
Probably just-
Do you roll 3 different criticals?
No.
I believe you do, but you only pick the worst one.
Okay.
Okay.
So they're piercing. So gouged eye.
It's the Sonic
I
Blast
don't know which
should,
order
should,
they
So how did that happen?
if
Oh,
it's
it's
a
crushing.
nose,
It's crushing.
eye,
It's
and
crushing.
yeah.
Gouged eye is a 4. Broken nose is a 2, and cracked ribs is a 5. So,
5. First one.
so you've given her. Well, actually, no. I'm going to let you choose. Do you want to give her disadvantage to observation rolls, disadvantage to firearms and observation rolls, or disadvantage to mobility?
Disadvantage to firearms.
Yeah. So you
my peripheral from the floor.
you slightly mar her beauty as a dancer when you nearly take out her eye by shooting her in the face. Okay, sorry, that was 5 points. Hang on a sec. She looks quite badly wounded and is stumbling now. Okay. Then, are you moving at all, or are you staying where you are?
No, I'm going to stay where I am because I think that we've got human problems here as well as replicant problems.
Okay. Right. Prey once again tries to finally break free from Wildner. Okay.
All right.
So another opposed hand to hand.
I get. Oh, I did not do well. I'll never do this to you. There you go. Well, I'm going to push my D8.
Well, I can't push. Right.
I
So
didn't do well.
both of you are fighting very ineffectually on the floor. It almost looks like a pair of
slapping.
bitch slapping, a couple of kids bitch slapping. Yeah. Okay. Then it's Wildner. It's your action.
Right. I'm going to try and constrain her again.
Okay.
Say same again. Gotta try and keep her under control. 3.
Oh,
There we go.
boom.
She got 2 successes.
Oh,
So you've
shit, seriously?
you've got her back in. You've got her back grappled, but you've not managed to get cuffs on.
Okay. Can I be shouting anything at her? Because I'm basically trying
certainly.
to. Yeah. So I'm just saying, just, give it in. There's too many of us. If you carry on like this, she's going to die.
Okay, I'm going to give you a manipulation check.
Excellent.
Wildner, snap some cuffs on her, for Christ's sake.
I'm trying.
There should be some bubbling involved in that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, bubbling
I'm going
and
to push
like
the
smoking.
the D10 if I can.
Yep, certainly.
It didn't help. Still got a 1.
That's not enough. I'm sorry. Then back to Dallas.
I will. Oh, now I've got. If I shoot at her now, I've got disadvantage, right? Because my weapon is short to medium range.
I'm getting confused between these rules and the aliens rules. Just
Just ask yourself if they're in the ceiling.
If the range is lower than its optimum range, then or higher than its optimum range.
Yeah, it's the same. No, it's the same as the aliens rules. So you're not engaged with her. You are in short range, which is within the same zone as you. So yeah, so you're able to fire at no disadvantage. I possibly did that wrong earlier, but for her when she shot, but it doesn't matter. She's been
with or without. Sorry, I didn't get that.
Without disadvantage.
Without. Okay. Yes.
So I will just
normal shot.
Regular shot.
Shot. Yeah. I guess it's this one.
Oh my word!
That's a good one.
So that's a critical. 3 points damage and a critical. She goes down from accumulated injuries. She is broken.
Okay. Oh, I see what happens. So when you click critical, it asks how many extra successes you've got.
You had a 1 extra.
You get 1 per
right,
and it's a shoulder hit. So I return the favor.
Pretty nicely sorted character sheet, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
And is that? It's crushing, isn't it?
Yes.
Shoulder hit.
Sonic weapons. It says crushing damage.
Shoulder hit.
Yes.
Shoulder hit's piercing critical.
Yeah.
It's not a crushing critical. The equivalent would be again gouged eye. If you
the other one.
Well, but that's I'm pretty confident that weapon is crushing. So maybe
it says crushing on my character sheet. What does it say on your character sheet? Have it?
It says piercing in mine.
Yeah, I think that's set up wrong. It should be crushing.
Move it to crushing.
Oh, right.
There's a drop down.
So you mess up her other eye now. She's really struggling to see, but she collapses, completely broken. And though none of her injuries are actually lethal.
Okay. I'm gonna. So she can still talk. So that's something.
Right. Okay.
I'm
You
gonna
have
go
no
help.
soul. You have no soul.
I'm
Right.
gonna go help. I mean, he will just linger for a fraction of a second,
Yep.
and to anyone who's looking at Dallas's eyes, they can probably see this deep, strange sadness behind, and then I will just go help Wildner
So
to strain.
you're moving into
Yeah.
here. Okay. Right.
And as you walk into that area, you see Broken holding your sort of
Uh,
I will look at you, and it's joy what you see.
He will look at you and smile.
right. It's Barimen.
Right. Now then. So we didn't successfully restrain her, did we, Dave?
No, I am still holding her down.
Can I attempt to assist Dave?
Well, no, you can attempt to restrain, but because there's two of you now, I will give you advantage. So you roll hand to hand with advantage, please.
Okay. Okay.
pick me up and put me over the top of it.
There's a way.
I mean, I'm very tempted just to do like one of those, Big Daddy, if anyone remembers wrestling or something.
Yeah.
Body slams. Do both of them, just pile us on top of each other. But let's just see what happens. Hand to hand, you say.
Dog pile.
Advantage.
Yay!
Oh, sorry, I need to roll hers. Sorry. No, but you had one success as a group. You've now got a second success. You get cuffs on her.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So, I'm just conscious we've gone nearly half an hour over. So, I think we'll do a bit of a sort of précis roundup there. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get cuffs on Prey. You get medical attention for Falk and for Gabor, and actually for Dallas as well. The disc is found to be in the possession of Gabor. Gabor has the disc. The disc is it has a degree of encryption on it, but that is not a problem at all for Dallas, even from his hospital bed. It's actually it's not a project. It's not about replicants. It is actually a genuine piece of research, and it is Takach BioWare's property, very clearly. It's a product. It's a project about an enzyme that will break down waste plastic into various components. Most importantly, of which is a synthetic fuel. And so it's they've clearly got a very, very advanced project on this. And when you finally get to interview Avril Desai, she's the lead researcher on it, and she eventually you actually get from her. She actually does not regard herself as under any threat at all from Takach BioWare, but she's much more cooperative with talking. She's the lead researcher. She had come straight from work on the Friday night for the sort of competition dance, and someone, and she's fairly certain it was Anton, stole the disc from her laptop bag, and she then reported this on the Saturday morning when she discovered it, because she stayed the night there on the Friday night. When she got home, she discovered that the disc was missing. She reported that to Takach BioWare, who then seemed to initiate some operation. And some of what you tell her about the operation, she finds quite surprising, because clearly she'd already been flagged as a potential leak, and Takach had been investigating and had inserted Avril Desai, not Avril Desai, sorry, Ariane Jiang. You never actually checked on Ariane Jiang's ID, but when you get down to a holding cell, you find out it's a false ID. She's actually called Kala Nakada. She was actually working using a false ID. And the big unknown is who Anton was working for. That is not resolved. Anton appears to have decided to take the disc himself, according to Gabor. He saw it. He thought he knew it would be valuable. He stole it, and he planned to flee with Gabor. That's why they had coats on. They were going to make a run for it at the end of the day. But he got and Gabor doesn't know why, but he left suddenly. You know why, because Arajong told him to. But according to her statement, she was pretending to be from the team controlling.
Third party.
Yeah. Yeah, and then once Gabor, sorry, you don't actually know, they won't tell it, they won't explain this. It's unclear why, but at some point, Gabor eventually says that Arajong came and told her that Anton was in trouble, that if she didn't return the disc, then she would and she was asked if she had the disc. She said, "What do you mean that Anton's in trouble?" And Jeong let slip that he'd been shot. At which point she freaked out, hit Jeong, and ran. Okay.
I guess the most important thing right now to know is that we owe Chamberlain an apology. That's the bottom line.
Who an apology?
To Chamberlain, the lawyer that we pretty much bullied.
Well, they were rather overzealous with their attempts to recover.
So they are in various bits of trouble. It becomes impossible to prove that Chamberlain is, of course, because she maintains in her statement she was trying to resolve the situation. She wasn't instigating it. That may actually be true. Mm-hmm. There are some fines issued, and they get some trouble, but they actually in the wonderful world of Blade Runner, they're more in trouble for the firearms than they are for executing a replicant.
Yeah.
The wonders of that view of humanity and society. Right. Any other questions from you?
No, I think we got there in the end, except for the whoever Anton was planning to sell the information to.
How long was it supposed to take us?
Sorry?
Yeah.
How long was it supposed to take us?
What, to figure the well, no, you see, you followed various leads. You didn't follow. Right.
We didn't follow up on the unknown replicants.
Yes.
Yeah. So the unknown replicants, they were complete red herrings for the actual core case.
Right.
The essentially the unidentified guy who was actually a replicant as well. He had spotted something. I'm trying to remember how it was. He'd spotted there was something odd going, or heard something odd going on, and he'd sent a little drone in, and then had just come across a situation that was way worse than he was thinking. He then, being a replicant, contacted members of the Replicant Underground. They went in. They actually thought it was some kind of anti-replicant crime going on, and wandered into something way out of their control, and 2 of them were killed, others were injured. They've then fled. Now, there were a couple of avenues you didn't follow up. You never tried to follow up on how Anton had come to be at the Markover Ballroom. If you'd have done that, you'd have got to the replicant dealer who'd sold him to the Markover Ballroom, and then talking to her, you'd actually eventually uncover a link to another corporation who were trying to steal this. Essentially, there's another corporation who've got a similar project. Theirs is not doing very well.
Right.
And what's going on actually is that there's the project lead there has gone out on a limb and has contracted an independent security company to try and steal data from Takash. And
we did float the idea that Anton was a plant at some point. I think
he was an absolute plant. He'd been planted there with instructions to try and become Avril Desai's dance partner.
Yeah.
And
particularly with all the listening devices in his room.
Yeah, that's exactly what. And so he was interrogating. Well, I mean, he was actually injecting her. Oh, sorry, splitting her drinks with a drug that would cause her to answer truthfully and remove her memories. And he then he was hearing. Essentially, in one of the other buildings, there's an apartment that was set up as a sort of control observation room, and they're listening to what is being said and then telling him questions to ask. And actually, this rogue scientist from the other corporation was actually present there at points. Not by the time you got there. To actually, but you could have found fingerprints and stuff. You would have found the room. Okay. Any other questions, loose ends, just for me to explain as a GM?
Just happy to have played, I guess.
Yeah.
No, that was all pretty good, I think.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm usually the one running the game, so it's actually really nice to play the game.
Yes, likewise.
Okay. What I'll do is I'm just going to stop the recording. So thanks to anyone watching. Hope you enjoyed it. There may be some other game at some point, but that's the end of this scenario for the moment. Okay. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.